Hi everyone, it's Tish with Naptime Creations. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it'll help me out a lot. So hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be making a coffee cup coaster. I got some new molds and I was really excited to use them because they have these really cute coffee cup designs engraved into the molds. I'm going to be using this brown glitter from S RESIN. It comes in this set of about 15 different colors and they're all super beautiful. I'll link this set of glitters down below along with my coupon code. It's a chunky mix glitter, and I thought it would be perfect for today's project. And I was kind of on the fence if I should use black or brown glitter today, but I ended up going with the brown because it is a coffee cup. So I decided that would be best for today's video. So these molds have a design engraved, or if you want to call it etched, into the mold already. And this particular mold, the engraved, the design part is really deep. So when I have molds like this, I like to start with a thin layer of clear resin. So I'm just going in with a thin layer of clear, and that is because when you do a little bit of clear, you can really see if any bubbles are trapped on that engraved portion of the mold. Bubbles really like to cling to those engraved areas. So what I'm doing is I'm just going in with a silicone paintbrush and very gently dislodging any bubbles that are trapped on that engraved part of the mold. Like I said, the bubbles really like to cling to those parts. So I'm just going to continue kind of going in with my silicone paintbrush, dislodging any bubbles. And I like to work over wax paper because I can actually just take my paintbrush, scoop out the bubble, and wipe it on the wax paper. Or sometimes I'll go in with my heat gun on low and just zap those bubbles with my heat gun, and that works really well to pop the bubbles as well. And I did mix up my resin off camera today, but if you're new to resin and you want to see a tutorial showing step-by-step how to mix your resin, I will link my Milky Way coaster tutorial down below in the description box. Be sure to go check it out. I show you step-by-step how to mix your resin. So there I was just going in with my silicone paintbrush around the perimeter of the mold. I always like to do that when I work on projects in molds because bubbles also really like to cling to the perimeter of the mold as well. Just dislodged a few more bubbles. I'm going to zap them with my heat gun, and that's going to be it for layer number 1. I know it's an extra step, but it's a really great way to ensure you're not going to get bubbles in the engraved parts of your mold. Here we are the next day. I'm just going to go in with that brown glitter mixed with clear resin, filling the mold up the rest of the way. And these molds are from Shop Resin Molds. They come in a 4-pack and they each have a different coffee inspired design engraved into the mold. I'll link them down below. Be sure to go check it out. I had a video of me showing each of the molds, and that file got corrupted or lost. I couldn't find it, so I apologize, but it comes in a 4-pack. I just wanted to use this mold today because it was my favorite, and if you want to check them out, I'll be sure to link them down below. I just filled up the mold with that glitter, hit it with my heat gun to pop bubbles, and here we are the next day ready to demold it. You can see that beautiful coffee cup design is perfect right on the surface of our coaster. So now I'm going to show you how I like to fill in that design so it really pops. I'm going to go in with some Amsterdam brand acrylic paint. I like to use Amsterdam brand because it's a thick paint, and in my opinion it just works better, or this works better with thicker acrylic paints. So I just added a little bit to the surface of my coaster. I'm going to go in with the paintbrush and just really scrub that paint into the engraved area. You can use any paintbrush. This isn't a special paintbrush. It's just a cheap one from the dollar store. You can use any paintbrush you want. Just going to go in and really scrub that paint into the engraved areas. Super simple and easy to do. And I'm not waiting at all. I'm just, brushing on the paint, and then I'm going to go in right away with my squeegee. And I got this squeegee off Amazon. I'll link it down below. And I'm just going to go over the surface of my coaster. just like that. And when I do my squeegee, I don't press down at all. I let the squeegee do all the work. I just glide it over the surface of my project with a light pressure. I don't push down hard. And you can see I had a little bit of leftover paint on the sides. I'm going in right away with some 91% isopropyl alcohol on a paper towel, and just it comes right off. You can see you just kind of wipe it off. Be careful because that paint is still wet and you can mess it up. You can also wait for that paint to dry. You could wait for the entire piece to dry in a few hours and then go in with your alcohol if you want to. I just went in when the paint was still wet, just cleaned up those few spots where there was a little bit of paint. I'm going to let the paint dry overnight. Now we're ready to go in and do our clear resin top coat. So I just poured down a little bit of clear. I like to add my clear and then just give it a few minutes to kind of level out a little bit and spread out. Then I go in with my heat gun, pop any bubbles. Just like this, I go in with my heat gun on high, and then I take my gloved hand and just kind of smooth everything out. I like to basically cover the top of the piece first and then worry about the sides, making sure everything has good coverage. And to protect the back of this coaster, what I did the night before I did the top coat was I applied a layer of Elmer's school glue to the back of the coaster. I let that dry overnight, and that is going to act as my tape. So that way on my top coat, no resin drips are going to bond to my piece. And I have a dedicated tutorial showing step-by-step how to use Elmer's glue to prevent resin drips. I'll link that down below if you want to go check it out. It's a great way to kind of protect the back of your pieces when you're doing clear resin top coats, and I like to use it better than tape. I wanted to add a little bit more clear. This piece took about 1 ounce of clear to do the top coat, so I just added a little bit more clear. I'm going to take my gloved hand. Make sure you always wear nitrile gloves. Nitrile gloves have general chemical resistance, so make sure you're always wearing nitrile gloves when you work with resin. Then I just take my gloved hand, smooth out the top, smooth out the sides, hit it with my heat gun one more time, let it dry overnight, and then we'll be ready to peel the glue off the back. This is the next day. You can see all those resin drips from the top coat, especially along the perimeter of the coaster. So what I do is I just take my heat gun, focus it on one spot to kind of heat up that glue, go in with my little shop knife here, get a starting point, and then that glue will peel right off. It's super easy to do this. The only thing is it does take a little bit of extra planning because you have to paint the glue on the back of your piece about 24 hours before you do your top coat. But it works really well. All the resin drips peel right off along with that glue, and you're not left with any sticky residue or any damage on the back of your piece. It just peels right off along with those resin drips, and the back of your piece will be perfect. You can see it came off in one piece. We're going to flip it over and see how it turned out. Super shiny and beautiful. And really quickly, I wanted to show you how I finish these. For pieces like this, I'll take a round cork backing. You can get these off Amazon. I'll link them down below. They're self-adhesive, and I just apply that to the back of the coaster. Since this piece isn't clear, I don't use the clear rubber bumpers from 3M, but I like to use the cork backing. But of course, you know, if the piece is clear, I use the 3M rubber bumpers. So here's how it turned out. I think it turned out so pretty. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I hope you give this a try. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll link all the materials I used down below in the description box, along with any coupon codes that I have. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And go check out a few more of my other videos. That would really help me out a lot. Helps out my channel if you watch a few of my videos back to back. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys are all doing fantastic, and I'll see you soon for another video. Bye, guys.